settings and things up at the top. You can create a broadcast here. We can.
Fuck. Can anybody hear me? I've never done a live broadcast before. Can anybody hear me? Send me a heart if you can hear me. I've never done a live broadcast before. Can anybody hear me? Send me a heart if you can hear me. Oh, I think there's an echo. I think I just fixed that. You know what? I don't like this already, but here I am. And knowing me, anything is liable to come out of my mouth. So I see a couple of hearts, so I guess you all can hear me. See, what I don't like about this is trying to read and talk at the same time, or if you will, walk and chew gum at the same time. Okay, so wow, that's a lot of y'all came in here fast too. I see Diane Hawkins, Amy Girl, is that right? And Linda Pro One. I don't know how you got that nickname, but okay. I see Miss S, Cookies and Creams, Cat Ann Lee, Anastasia Isabella. Okay, moderator. Connie from Switzerland, Connie Balmer. Oh, this is cool. I wonder why I've never done this before. Now, I don't know how to add photos to it while I'm talking. So we definitely can't have that right now, unless y'all want me to try to figure it out while I'm doing this. And you know what's really bad? I don't even know what I want to talk about. So I don't think I have the camera on, right? But I do have the voice thing on. Wow. Hey JJ. Sandra Rose, Ethan's husband too. Hey Ethan. Husband. I never knew. Should I call you Ethan's husband or should I call you husband? Oh, let me see. Hey Baron. Some people like Bulliam are allergic to photos. I'm one of them. I tell you, this whole pandemic, you know how they call it the I don't want to say the word because I don't want to get in trouble, but you know how they say the 19, well, it's 15 because everybody didn't put on about 15 pounds or more. Well, I think I went a little further than that. My 15, you have to start multiplying it. So, oh, this is fun. Okay. This like I tried to do this before. I've been trying to figure out how to do the live. And you know what, guys? I'm sorry. Along with merchandise, I know I'm like way behind with stuff that I'm supposed to do. But you know what happened with merchandise? I ended up going to 2 concerts and spending some time in Milwaukee. So I was sitting here before I decided to jump into the deep end with this. I was sitting here looking at some of the headlines, right? And it says here in the fail, Palace lawyers on standby for bombshell Megxit documentary, which I hate that word, Megxit, Royal family has not ruled out taking action against BBC over unfounded and overblown claims in Princess. This is hard for me to say that. The Princes and the Press program. My mind just wants to say princess. See, that's why this is weird, because now I got to pause and try to read. Okay. This is so unprofessional. And you guys are wondering, Baron, how come you haven't gone live yet? Can you see what a train wreck this is right now? And the worst part is, I got to pee. I'll be right back. Okay, and I'm back. Hey, Church Nelly. You about to find out why I've never gone live before. I don't know why I feel like I need to yell, but I know I'm yelling. So let me try to bring it down a little bit and use my indoor voice instead of using my outdoor voice. Okay, full disclosure, this is making me very nervous. Hi, cookies and cream. Let's see. You got the P in the, in the middle of reporting. Best part of the incoming train wreck. You got that right. But yes, I did wash my hands per pandemic. I'm trying to see if I missed anything. Anyway, I didn't edit anything tonight because I have a friend that's traveling right now, and he's traveling with his family, and he's kind of like, how do I put this? They went to that K-pop concert in LA, and he was by himself and just riding around in the rent-a-car. So I decided to keep him company, and I said, okay, I really do have to work now because my podcast is getting later and later. And then I said, well, maybe I'll see if I can make that StreamYard work. And so here I am. So I was trying to be nice and keep somebody company while their family was in that K-pop concert. So that's why I haven't actually I didn't work on anything yet. So I guess this will be it, huh? So let's take some questions. Anybody have any questions? How about you? Don't explain, don't complain. It's just a scam used against Meghan in order. Let me see. Why is this moving? How do I make it stop moving? Let's see if she. Oh, okay. Yeah, I see where that's going. I don't want to say that. Oh, this is cool. I don't know how I just made this work, but I saw something that said broadcast, and next thing I know, it was just like I was pushed out on the stage. So, just to be clear, you all can't see me, right? You don't see some middle-aged man walking around his house in boxers, right? Because it's let me stop. See, this is my first and last live. Already, I don't like where this is going, but you all cannot see me. That's important to me right now. You know what? I'm going to bring up another screen because I want to see what you all are seeing, because you're saying you can't see me, but who knows? Not that I don't trust you all, but while you all are screen recording me, it'd be like, nah, we can't see you, Baron. And I have nothing to hide, but I may want to run for public office one day. If you have ever wondered what is it like to be on a long car trip with Baron, I think you're about to find out. It is the best of times. It is probably bizarre and the worst of times. Me on a long car trip, because I don't ever stop a talking. We see the duck. I'm not even sure what that's. Oh, I see that duck. See where my mind goes? You talking? Oh boy. You know what? Should I end this right now while I'm still able to work on YouTube, or should I keep going? We see the duck. I had to think about that for the second there. Oh boy, this is kind of fun though. Um, well, okay, here's a little relief. I'm not going to break into song. That might be a bad idea. Afro Annie. I wish I got to, that's what I have to figure out, is how do I take photos and put it onto the StreamYard. I could try to figure it out right now, but so you all can't see my home stream. Look at me. I'm so nervous. I'm saying stream. You can't see my home screen, right? Oh, thank you, Gina. Oh wow, this is like my first contribution doing my live chat. Yeah, my live stream. Live stream. Breaking news headline claims Charles is the link to what? Oh yeah, about the baby skin. Well, I still say it's the other guy. Um, I don't think Charles is that stupid and that self-aware and full of himself, but the other one, yes. Let me see. Oh, I wonder how you make this stop moving. How is the royal family is exempt from social services? I mean, given the fact that the children of Her Majesty the Queen have not turned out to be the best, well balanced people in the world. Unbalanced is being polite when it comes to that family. Definitely. Yeah, this whole thing about a private family, which is actually a constitutional public family that is part paid by the taxes, and the whole thing about the Duchy of Cornwall and Lancaster. Like, did you know did you know that Charles, being the Duke of Lancaster, I guess that's right, title Duke of Lancaster, anybody who dies, I mean, not Lancaster, what am I saying? That's why that sounds strange. Being the Duke of Cornwall, anybody who dies, oh, thank you, Black Cougar, 1959. Thank you so much. If you die, it's like if you live in any of the individual states in the United States, if you die and you leave money in the bank or you leave property, it goes to the state. Like if you're in New York, it goes to the state of New York. If you're in Alabama, it goes to the state of Alabama. Well, if you die in Cornwall without heirs, it goes to Prince Charles. Did you know that? Prince Charles keep that money. You know what, you guys? I'm going to try to read more of these comments because they are going kind of fast. They're sacrificing Charles to get Prince Buck to phone. Yeah, they want to get him on the throne. Since I have you guys live and I have a bit of a captive audience, let me say this. First of all, I'm going to like this video myself. Second of all, I think that when it comes to Meghan and this whole idea, I mean, have you guys heard that? Well, she should have waited 10 years. I think that Harry should have waited 10 years to make sure she's the one. Okay, let's do some simple math here. You have a 36-year-old who turns 37 during the engagement. If I remember that correct, I think she turned 37 while they were engaged or just after they got married, right? And you want this 37-year-old woman to wait 10 years so that you can find out if she's willing to sit around like the other famous Duchess. And this is as the biological clock is ticking away. Now, either he didn't say that, which I think he did, and you know who I'm talking about, the egghead, or he did say it, and just as we thought, he did not want Harry to have this mixed race child in the royal family, or he just did not. I forgot what the third one was. Oh my God. You know what, you guys? I'm telling you, this is a bad idea. I didn't went live. I didn't even take any notes or anything, and I'm live, and I just lost track of what I was saying. Now, it was 3 parts to that. I don't know what the third one was, but I bet you it was really deep. Oh man, this is fun, but I'm also I have more respect for Tina and Michelle in this moment than I've had ever since the first time I listened to their show. It's a lot to do, and I knew it was going to be a lot, so that's why I never went live before. But look at me in the deep end, fighting for my life to keep from going under. Okay, so I'm so sorry. I'm going to try to read some more of these comments. Seedy and needy. I like that. Meghan was 36 when she married. Okay, 36 plus 1 equals 37. 10 plus 10 equals 99, like Kate. Yeah. Kate is like the Joan Crawford of the 2000s. I mean, she's looking more and more like Joan just before she passed, don't she? Um, and this whole thing about Kate dressing scientifically, do you know when I read that whatever I was drinking went through my nose? She's dressing scientifically. I liked it better when she was wearing her Stepford wife couture. Because this scientific dressing, I swear some of those photos I'm seeing B. Arthur. Not the B. Arthur hair and everything, that's later. But it just all she have to do is put that scarf around her neck, and there's Maud. But let me see. Let me read a couple more comments. William can't even look at. Yeah, and I said this on a video the other day. With all the photos that they have taken, right? Photo after photo, how is it possible that every photo he's looking away, he's grimacing, he's leering at her? And they have probably taken thousands of photos collectively among this pool of reporters, and that's the best you can do? And so then after the fact, after everybody made fun of them, then all of a sudden, here comes these photos where they are supposed to be so in touch with each other. I think that the tabloids are trolling her because, especially like when they were at the cenotaph for the Remembrance Day, I mean, every photo, I don't know if they were trying to convey the fact like the weight of the nation is on her shoulders, or did she have that? I wonder where William is going on in her head. Something was going on with her, but she looked or maybe that was just some really bad acting. Like she was trying to look in the moment. But whatever it was, I almost feel sorry for her because they find like the worst possible photos, and there it was on every tabloid. Because again, I don't hate anybody. I don't hate anybody. And I think that for us, we should never feel more, I guess, anger or contempt than, say, Harry or Meghan would. So as long as publicly they are, being cool about it, I think that I mean, that ain't to say we ain't gonna have fun with it, but I don't feel the anger because I can't really get angry with people I don't know. But if I know someone and I have been crossed and I feel like you've done it on purpose, then that's when the Scorpio comes out. I don't know when I'm gonna get you, but I'm gonna get you. And a while ago, I had actually I kind of guessed that Tina was a Scorpio, and the way I figured it out was just her deep emotions about things reminded me of myself. And so on the live chat, I asked her, I said, "Are you a Scorpio?" And she said, "Yes." I can feel Scorpio anywhere, anytime, because you just know, because Scorpios are fiercely, fiercely loyal. So I wasn't surprised by that. Let's see. Let me read a little bit more here. The most educated wife in the Windsor family. I agree with that, and not just academically. Um, when it comes to her education, Meghan has taught herself a lot about living, much like Princess Diana did. And it's unfortunate Diana didn't have a chance to go to school before she was taken into that family, but Diana had a lot of spirit. Prince did not say, oh, I'm sorry, let me open this up a little bit. I'm trying to do this with these baby boomer eyes, but okay. The prince did not say her. Okay. Okay, that's a little typo. Chatter about his child's color. He said the person asked him about it. Well, see, the way I remember it is that they asked him on more than one occasion. And the person, this is why I think it was Egghead. And I'm sorry if I'm missing your comments, but this is why I say it was the Egghead. Who closest to you besides a sibling that is jealous of you would want to rock you back on your heels? Who could get close enough to you to do that but a sibling? A sibling who's jealous and spiteful. So that's why I don't think it was Charles. I think it had to be a sibling who was jealous of Harry and who wanted him to feel uncomfortable, who wanted to make him or him and his wife feel unwanted, but mostly to make his wife feel unwanted, unneeded, and too extra. Who else would do that besides a sibling? I don't think Charles has too much power to play that petty game like that. When Charles does something, Charles is a Scorpio. He do things like pull your security allegedly when you don't know about it. That's what a Scorpio would do. So y'all forgot Charles is a Scorpio, right? I could stay a mile ahead of a Scorpio because I already know how they think. They don't need the big scene. So that's how a Scorpio operates. A Scorpio wouldn't just like come up in your face and be like, such and such and such. Uh-uh. That's the egghead. Charles has too much power over things now. And I want to ask y'all another question. This is what I was thinking about. Is it just me, or do you think that somebody, I'm not going to say who, because I don't want to get in trouble, but somebody is taking advantage of the fact that the queen is not fully in control of things? And because of that, I think other family members are taking the helicopter way more than they would have 20 years ago. Do you all agree with that? I think those family members are using private jets a lot more than they would have 20 years ago. And I think that Charles would probably prefer that he's the only one doing these things. But I think that because William is in such a powerful position himself now, that when he wants the helicopter, he gets the helicopter. Do you all agree with that? But I think that the Queen is being taken advantage of. And I think Charles exercised and wields a lot of control up until the point it comes to William, and then he's kind of helpless. He doesn't want to challenge William for certain things. And so, but I think that people are taking advantage of the fact that the helicopter is available and that the Queen is not in a position these days to refuse anything. So do y'all think that sound right or no? Because that's just a little theory I was playing around with in my head. Agreed. Thank you, Joseph. Hello, I cannot sleep. Well, Church Nellie has some rheumatism medicine for you. Church Nellie got some rheumatism medicine. If you can't sleep, talk to Church Nellie. Church Nellie has an elixir. That could sedate an elephant. So if you can't sleep, talk to Church Nellie. See there? I'm not saying Church Nellie has a steel back in the woods somewhere, but I'm not saying that she don't either. So talk to Church Nellie. I'm telling you, I got this little thing in my back and shoulder. I'm waiting for my supply right now. She does not know when the helicopter is in use. Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, that was the only thing that made sense to me, is that it seems like they have kind of turned up this helicopter use. And so you got and I tell you, when it comes to helicopters, have y'all noticed how Kate can duck that head and jump in that helicopter? I bet you anytime she goes somewhere, she probably started dipping her head down, and people like, "What you doing?" "Well, we're about to take the helicopter." "No, we're just going down the street." And she's probably like, "But we still taking the helicopter, right?" Kate has that kind of crouching position to get in that helicopter, almost like she's doing Pilates or something. I've never seen anybody do that before. Kathy, what's wrong? Are you sleepy? It looks like you're doing is that the not laughing emoji or is that yawning? Oh, that's the laughing, covering your mouth, smiling emoji. Okay. I was about to say, I know I'm a bit boring and long winded, but give me a break. But okay, I get it now. I compared Beatrice, Eugenie, Zara, and Kate's side. Oh, let me try to stop this. But in happiness, don't you don't need Meghan in the picture. Happiness is the key to life. Okay. Zara, you talking about Zara the tongue ring Tyndall, right? Can you believe the Queen's granddaughter has a tongue ring? I was like, Zara, what you doing, girl? That's a bit wild, isn't it? But then look at who she's married to. Her Majesty could have used her authority to protect her granddaughter in law, but she failed. Yeah, Harry and Meghan have been very protective about the Queen's integrity, and I think that's justified. I think the Queen is a cautious sort, and she has gone along with a lot of things, and everything in her life says don't do anything, don't say anything, unless it's something that's going to embarrass the heirs, the spares, the heirs, not the spares, but the heirs, and then she'll jump into action. But anything else, I think she kind of hesitates. But that's a learned behavior. So um, I feel differently about the Queen. I never thought in my life that I would feel the way I do about the royal family, but I was kind of neutral about the family, and it was just quirky and interesting, the stuff that they were doing. I was very into Diana, not so much Will and Kate. I just Will and Kate were just there. And like I said before, I probably watched the wedding maybe a year or two after the fact. And even with that, I kind of skipped through whole parts of it because it just wasn't that interesting. I'm so sorry, my sinuses. But it just wasn't that interesting. But Harry, I felt more warmth toward him. And then when I found out that he was getting married, I, kicked into gear with that. And then when I found out that it was this American and that her mama had dreadlocks, I'm like, sign me up. Sign me up. I wanted in on that. And so, for those of you who haven't heard the story before, and for those of you who have heard the story, go ahead and give me the eye roll emoji. Come on, where's my eye rolls? Back in 2017, it was Thanksgiving. And that night, I heard that there were tickets on sale for Europe. So I purchased the ticket. And then a couple days later, I saw something on. There we go, Michael. Thank you. You've heard the story before, I'm sure. And so from that point, I said, wow, I want to go to Europe. It's been a while since I had a vacation. I'm going to buy a ticket. So I purchased a round trip ticket. Thank you, Lydia, on British Airways. And then when I heard about the engagement, I'm like, oh, well, if they're getting married while I'm there, maybe I can be in the crowd at the wedding. Thank you, Carolyn. And Marina, Gina, I love it. Linda, Lori, Black Queen. Black Queen, your eye roll has a certain kind of oomph to it. I don't know, even through the emoji, I can see you are really rolling your eyes. Uh, Thank you, Robin, Annie. So when I purchased the ticket, I was hoping that I would be there. And then when they announced the the wedding, I said, "Oh, good." So my plan at first was to go to the UK and then go to the continent and go to Spain and etc. But then my friend in Spain told me, he said, it's so hot after May, you probably should go to the UK. To here first and then go back to the UK. So that's what I did. So I had to make sure that I was back in time for. Is that your eye roll, Nelly? A shot glass? That's the way you roll your eyes? Okay. So, hey, Marie, Elizabeth. Oh, you know what? I'm going to say Elizabeth, like Keeping Up Appearances. I'm sure you guys are familiar with that show. Oh, Elizabeth. Mind the road, Richard. Um, yeah, so I don't even know how I started talking about Europe. What happened? How did I get there? Anyway, but now oh yeah. You know what? I still don't know. How did I get to that? Okay, y'all don't remember either. Well, that's one of my stories for you. And this is why I never go live. When I go live, you would think I had been into Church Nellie's rheumatism medicine. Excuse me, let me take a sip here. Of water, not rheumatism medicine. So anyway, back to the wedding. I was there in Windsor on the wedding day, and I did see Harry and Meghan. And then the next day, I went to Westminster Abbey, and they had Meghan's bouquet because that tradition where the royal bride, leaves her bouquet at the tomb of the unknown soldier. So I had a chance to see that the next day. So it was a great trip. And you know what, you guys, for a while there, I was feeling kind of weird about the fact that I spent so much time and so much money in the UK. But one of you squatties, I forgot who it was, told me, just don't have that kind of bitterness. Just hang on to the memories. And it was some great memories. I really love Scotland. Scotland was everything I wanted it to be. Hope the Commonwealth leaves as soon as QE2 passes. Me too. And then again, I say, why wait that long? But I think at this point, it would seem kind of cruel. You're doing great. Thank you, Black Queen. You were talking about your preference for Harry. Really? I totally forgot about that. Okay, it's coming back to me. But yeah, so when I heard he got married, I was glad that I could be there. And I do remember, I think it was, and you know what? To show you how I hang on to stuff, even though I was so young back in the 1980s, I still have a VHS tape of Princess Diana getting married from 1981. And if I remember, I haven't looked at it in ages. If I remember, Peter Jennings and Barbara Walters did the coverage. Because if some of you all are old enough to remember, ABC World News Tonight, there was Peter Jennings in London, Max Robinson in Chicago, and who was the guy at the desk? I can't remember his name, but they had the three anchors. And so it was World News Tonight. So you had Peter Jennings in London, Max Robinson in Chicago, and was it Harry Reisner? Anyway, so they did the coverage for the wedding. And I woke up early that morning so I could watch it, and I did record it on VHS. So that's like one of my little treasures. About 6 hours of coverage, I think it was. And I remember how bad I wanted to be in that crowd. And when Harry got married, that gave me a chance to do exactly that. Frank Reynolds, thank you so much, Patricia. Gosh, you know what that means, don't you? You're old too. Oh, but that's okay. We're still here, and that's all that's important. Yeah, Barbara Walters, Barbara Wawa. Every time I mess up my words, I always say to myself, that's what I get, or that's what I wit for making one of Baba Wawa. I always wanted to do a walk show. Okay, let me stop making fun of Barbara Walters, because the last time I used to make fun of somebody like that, I found out, oh, you're a Scorpio? Nice. Yeah, I used to make fun of B. Arthur. There was this big statue, and it was an Art Deco statue, so it had kind of a broad shoulders and a very square face. And I used to tell people, I said, "Don't that look like B. Arthur?" And I said that one day, and somebody said, "Well, you didn't you hear?" I said, "What?" She passed last night. So, oh, 21 in 1981. Okay. Well, that's nice. I'm not going to confess my age just yet. Oh, thank you, Helen Jackson. You know what? To celebrate, I'm going to say it just like Isabel Sanford. Hi, Helen. Oh, hi, Helen. George, the Willises will be here any minute. Oh, hi, Helen. Lionel. This is why my neighbors never knock on my door, because there's too many voices coming out of my apartment. Sometimes I don't even know whether it's me speaking in my voice or if I'm pretending to be Isabel Sanford. I'm so sorry, you guys. I don't know if this is like poltergeist, where doing live makes my sinuses run, but I'm having a sinus attack, and I was doing fine until I got on live chat. I wonder what that means. Hi, Lisa Woods. I'm trying to catch up with some comments here. The royal family would like to put a stop to the crown. I'm rolling back a little bit with the comments. Oh, I can't wait. The crown to me is not doing enough. I love the crown, and I cinematically, I think it's a real tour de force, which is cool because I don't even know what tour de force means, but I think that's what they're doing. And I really enjoyed it. But I've learned a lot. I think the first couple seasons were incredibly sympathetic to QE2, but in fairness, she was pretty much a child herself, so I'm not going to hold anything against her. But as she got older, I think sometimes um, Lizzie has been a bit of a disappointment. But I just feel like at this age that she's not in full control of things and that Charles has taken over a lot of her responsibilities. Oh, George. Okay. Wait, I'm trying to get into voice. I'm sorry, I lost it. George. Oh, George. I don't remember ever saying, oh, George. That's probably why it is. Baron is feeling good this evening. Oh, thank you, Sharon. I do most times. I'm really a happy-go-lucky person most days. And I don't just like laugh a lot when I'm doing a podcast. I laugh like all the time, and I like to have a good laugh. One of my favorite shows, I haven't watched a lot of television, but one of my favorite shows has been 30 Rock. And so I haven't committed to watching all 7 seasons again. But what I do is sometimes when I'm supposed to make a podcast and y'all sitting there wondering, is he going to upload anything today? Guess what's happening? In the middle of editing, I started watching like little previews of 30 Rock, and then I get stuck, and I'm like, "Oh, I remember that episode." I remember that episode, and next thing you know, an hour has gone, and I'm sitting up there looking at 30 Rock, and I'm like, "Ooh, I got to get to work." So that's what's been happening with that. Let's see, and y'all sure y'all can't see me, right? Because I'm trusting y'all. Oh, no excuses for QE2. She could have spoken up for Archie, Lily. Yeah, yeah. I feel the same. It's very frustrating. It's very frustrating, especially the thing with Lily's name. Now, that should have been something that even the men in gray, if they had any kind of heart, should have said something to her. That was, and all of this stuff that's going on with that family, just think about it. That's her legacy now. This is literally her legacy. And this is the way she will be remembered. So, um, I don't know if you guys ever watched the podcast. I'm going to recommend it to you guys. Let me see. I have to go and look for it right now. Let me get rid of that. Okay, now can you all hear me? Oh, you can hear me. Okay. Okay, good. Um, I don't know what I did. I did something with the microphone. Oh my god, this is stressful. This is stressful. Tina, Michelle, if you can hear my voice, I have so much respect for what you do. Especially Tina. Tina like moderates and oh wow, this is some work. This is some work. I'm sitting here sweating. You don't understand how bad I'm sweating right now. I'm like, what did I do? Okay. Well, anyway, I'm glad I'm back. Well, you missed a profanity laced outburst when I had the mic off. So now you just have to just imagine what I said. I'm just kidding. I didn't let out any profanity, but I could have. Oh, but the important part is I'm pretty sure you still can't see me, so that's good. And let me see, what was I talking about? I know it was something about the queen and she don't know what day of the week it is. But I did see like a thing where Afro Annie had been used in a helicopter a lot herself. So nice boxes, thank you. And like most people my age, I'm wearing them all the way up to my neck. Yes, with black socks. It's like the portrait Norman Rockwell forgot to paint. Overstuffed chubby baby boomer in boxers and black socks sauce. And not in acrylic, something like that you have to paint in oil just so it has that kind of classic hue to it. But any more questions? Let me roll back through the comments and see before I got so distracted when I cut you all off. Perhaps some of the mafia don't want Barron to speak. I'm sure the men in gray suit mafia. Although I just kind of picture all of the men in gray suits looking like backstairs Billy. You guys do know the story of backstairs Billy, right? And a belt. Is that like a regular belt, a garter belt? Let me know what you're trying to go with that one. I know I'm kind of weird, but I'm not that weird, trust me. Or am I? And I just don't notice it. I am on the train and people think that I am a little crazy laughing by myself. You too? You too? I do that a lot because I'm such a silly soul. Um, there's been some things that I thought was so funny. Like, okay, I'm not going to tell this exact story, but when I was at Westminster Abbey, I had a friend that had had a bit of a mishap, and it involved a stained glass window, a hotel, and a flight of stairs. Okay, I guess I'll tell the story. Anyway, hopefully she's not listening, but but we were both traveling in Europe at the same time, right? And so I was in the UK and she was in Spain, and she said she had pushed a button waiting for the lift or the elevator if you're from the US, and that when the elevator had come, she had changed her mind at the last second and decided, I'll take the steps because of that lovely stained glass window. And so when she took the steps, on this marble staircase, somehow she missed, you know how you get so far and you got that second to last step? Well, she missed the second to last step. And the way she described the event, I'm just like the wrong person to tell that story to. You don't want to share stuff like that with me. And so when I was going into Westminster Abbey, um, that struck me again randomly as I was walking in, and my knees began to buckle. And so quickly, I pulled out my cell phone because I wanted people to think I had saw something funny. I I didn't want them to know how silly I am and how easily I'm tickled by things. So I had to play it off like it was something so funny on my phone. Um, so the I guess the moral of the story is don't share stuff like that with me because I'm the wrong person. I'm the wrong person. While I may feel sympathy for you, depending on how you tell the story, I may have to excuse myself so I can go and throw my face into a pillow and get it out of my system. So, yeah, that I understand how it is to be on the train and have something like that happen. Okay, I'm late on my opinion. Nonetheless, in my opinion, William made the dark skin color comments. Yeah, yeah. I don't have anything scripted here, so whatever you guys want to talk about, I wasn't even expecting to be here, but yeah, that just it screams dirty, lowdown sibling type of rivalry stuff. And the fact that Harry has such a Harry is so naturally at ease with people. The way that he goes into a stadium, or the way he walks into a small boardroom, or just a group of people completely at ease, comfortable, secure in his self identity and self awareness. It he makes it look easy, but most people in that family cannot do that. I'm willing to say that nobody in that family has the ability to work a room like Harry. That's why Harry was such a powerful asset to the royal family because Harry could actually connect with people and it wasn't forced, it wasn't coerced, it wasn't phony or anything like that. He would just do it. And nobody else in that family has that type of charm. And then he meets this incredible woman who's who can do everything that he can do and has so many more talents like speaking fluent Spanish. I think she's conversational in French. And of course, her experience as an intern with the State Department. I mean, Meghan is just incredibly well rounded in that she can have a conversation with the highest ranking politician down to someone at a woman's shelter. And she can make that connection with everybody. And that's why the family is so jealous. Because, yeah, charisma. It's all about charisma. Those are natural gifts, and they can't do it. And so, what? Hey, Sherry, did you just get here? Just lucked up. Well, if you want to call this luck, but this podcast has been all over the place. Stick around for a minute and then tell me if you're feeling lucky. Maybe I'll say that like Clint Eastwood. Stick around for a minute, punk, and then let me know if you're feeling lucky. Okay, that's the worst Clint Eastwood ever. But yeah, it's been one, Sherry. So you don't have to say it now. Just give it about 10 minutes and then be honest, okay? You have had a chance to miss this, but somehow you just stepped into it. But we're glad you're here. And again, thank you all of you moderators, the mod squad that have helped keep this channel clear of the trolls. I wonder if there's any trolls on here now. I kind of feel like having a troll on the live chat means I have arrived. Let me see. You may be right. There was never much conversation about William flying the air ambulance. Yeah. Well, they said that he barely worked, right? They said William did some no-call, no-shows or something like that, allegedly, possibly, likely. The words power couple is wasted. The words power couple is wasting the hair. They are much more. Yeah, definitely. Definitely. I mean, they're global influencers. They have transcended a lot of things that used to describe them, I believe. How come it just happens to fall on this? How come I didn't know in advance? Oh, you're talking about the podcast tonight. Oh, by the way, hey gal, squatties, I just pray the crown won't allow the UNRF bully them into stopping. The UNRF, okay, royal family. What is UN? I'm sorry, I missed that. Unnecessary royal family. Is that what that means? I'm trying to work that out. William is lazy. Yeah, of course. New book out, UK, Brothers and Wives. Charles is mad, or is it his way to sell this book? Again, he's a Scorpio. You can never really tell where he's coming from until all of a sudden somebody has pulled your security and cut off your money. And then it's like, oh, yeah, he's just being Charles again. Let me see. I love tonight's podcast. Having lots of fun. Yes, me too. Today I rewatched the Africa tour. I haven't rewatched that one, and I haven't really rewatched the Oceania tour either. That's not his only issues. Is unroyal family. Oh, okay. Okay, I get it. You don't answer. How will I know ahead of time for the next one? Oh, Gail, I'm sorry. You know what? I was trying to do my regular podcast with all the editing and everything. And for some reason, that little voice in my head, and there are several, but one of them voices in my head said, why don't you see how to make that StreamYard work in case you want to do that next time? Well, guess what? Next time turned into this time. So I have to figure out how to put a notice out about the live if I do one again, because right now this is like, I mean, y'all are having a good time, but I'm sitting here, I'm nervous and sweating, and my nose is running, and I'm not sure whether or not you all can see me half dressed sitting here. So it's a lot going on, and not all of it is good, I'm afraid. See, there goes my sinuses again. I wonder if William and the blonde been on the pages of the tabloid in the UK. Well, from what I hear, it was in the Daily Mail, and that the Daily Mail deleted the story. So from what I heard, it may have come from the Daily Mail. I got the photos from Twitter. Let me see. No, we can't see you. Okay, good. Good for you, because I would hate for you to turn into a pillar of salt. What is the name of the podcast that you were going to recommend? Oh, You know what? I'm not sure I should try to do that again. But I'll tell you, I tried to put the link. I think I did put the link, but it's called Navara Media, and they're really good, really smart young people. One of the girls actually went toe to toe with Pierce Morgan, which means, of course, she couldn't get a word in edgewise. But they had a really great one with Prince Philip, and they were talking about how they were trying to drum up all of this national mourning, and that most people just went about their business like it was just another day. And it was like, what's her name, Ash? She was saying what a lot of people were thinking, like, and speaking of, and I read that Prince Philip had like 30 million pounds in his estate. Where does Prince Philip get 30 million pounds from? I'm not saying that he didn't earn his keep and that he deserved to have something, but 30 million pounds? How do you never in your life have an electric bill and you got 30 million pounds in the bank? Well, I just answered my question, didn't I? If I had an all expenses paid life, I would have 30 million pounds too. Oh, hey, Dolores. Thank you, Dolores Thomas. Know that he is not untouchable. Then they take down the photo. Yeah, yeah, like the tabloids are doing with Kate, where they're putting up all of these rather unattractive photos. I think they just want them to know that they can get a hard time if they decide to give them one. He's not trying to ride Harry's wave. He's not going to work. He's not. I'm sorry, I forgot what that was in reference to. Nice socks, except for the holes. Oh, okay. So at least one of y'all can see. Hey, these are my comfortable lounging socks. Princess Trust in the U.S. raised money for him every year. Oh, you're talking about for Prince Philip. Okay. And so that was his little extras that he kept, huh? Karma will visit all of them sooner rather than later, I hope. Oh boy, probably never spent a cent of his own money. Yeah, hence the 30 million. Well, I tell you, if I didn't have any bills to pay, I'm not sure I would have that kind of money, but I'd probably surprise people at the end. That's for sure. Kate editor had to go on vacation at some point. Diane, you've been hanging around me too much. That's good. That sounds like something I would say. So, who do you think talked about Archie's skin color? Oh, well, we spoke about that earlier. I said it had to have been um, William. I think it had to be William. I'm just sure it was William. I'm sure it was that angry sibling with no personality. And them, I think William and Kate both have some pretty strange facial tics. And those facial tics, they are either, well, Kate has a lovely smile, but I noticed that the only way she can smile is that she has to stop her hands moving. So that's why I say I think she has a bit of a tick. That's so bad. But she does. She has some kind of little tick, I think. So if she ever stops smiling and her hands ever stop moving, I hate to see what's going to happen next. Um, I don't want to talk about her now. I have been giving her a particularly hard time lately, and I have nothing against the Duchess of Cambridge, and therefore, yeah, jazz hands. Therefore, I think I'm just going to ignore her for the rest of this podcast because she got a lot of stuff going on. She got jazz hands. She got that strange facial tick. Um, so I just don't want to talk about it. That's all. just don't want to talk about it. So let's just move on to some other topic because that strange tick and those jazz hands and the fact. Well, okay, let me stop. I'm not even going to say that. But whew, you guys just don't know. Sometimes when I'm editing, I'm literally sitting here in tears, and it's fun for me. I won't kid you. I have fun with it. Oh, you saw Spencer and you didn't like it? Yeah, I heard them comment about that on Henry VIII, and they said that it was a disaster and that it made Diana look like she was a bit cuckoo. But yeah, but given the circumstances, she met Charles, I think they said 8 times before they actually got married, and that she um was this teenage virgin. And I think she had just turned what, 19 on the wedding, before the wedding or there after the wedding. And then she was just thrown in the deep end and she just didn't have anybody there for her. And her mother couldn't be there for her. So I think her mother like married somebody else and left the country or something like that, right? She tried to get custody of Diana, and that didn't work out. Um, and then eventually, the stepmother, Rain Spencer, um, the new, I guess, what is it, the Countess, or Rain was a Countess, right? I think she and Diana didn't get along initially, but then after a while, Diana really became dependent upon her when it came to dealing with the royal family. If I remember, that's how it goes. Charles was dating her sister. Yeah, he was. Plus, she's walking all over Camilla. Yep. Um, have you noticed that when you watch these documentaries, that you learn something new every time, and that the person who you thought was the worst villain in the first documentary don't seem so bad because they find somebody even more devious in the next one? Let's see. Hi, all. On the Oprah interview, they said it was a very senior royal, which led me to believe that it was not William. Well, I don't see why not. William is a very senior royal. A senior royal. Look, see, there I go talking like Barbara Walters. A senior royal, a senior royal would be, of course, Harry, William, and then their spouses by marriage become a senior royal. That would be Camilla, Queen of the Desert, and let's see. I want to say Sarah Ferguson is still in that camp, along with Randy Andy, and of course, did y'all know that the Queen has a fourth child? His name is Edward. Because if you do, you're way ahead of most people. I don't think most people in the United Kingdom know that the Queen had 4 children, but there's Edward. That's the one that's married to Ford Fiesta. William is a very senior royal, yeah, because he's an heir to the throne, so he's way up there. William, right now, William has Kensington Palace, and he's the most senior person at Kensington Palace. And that's why when it was decided that the Sussexes had to go, it was really his call. Now, whether he drove them out of there deliberately or he just asked them to leave, or if he put so much pressure on them, possibly, allegedly, considerably, and they had to go, it was all really on William. William's domain is Kensington Palace, and that leaves everybody at that palace literally shaking in their boots because of his whims. And that's just the fact. He doesn't have Clarence House or Buckingham Palace, and only in the absence of his father and the Queen does he have control over a lot more than people would ever know. When he's the most senior person around, then everybody has to dance to his music. And that's just the way it goes. and everybody beneath him is expendable. It seems like the Queen only sees William. Yeah, that seems right. I don't think Fergie is a senior royal. I believe she is. I mean, even though they're divorced, I understand that. But because, you know, of her position with Andrew, Andrew and Fergie, neither one of them are really much to consider when something is really going on. But yeah, I do understand that she's divorced, but she's unofficially and officially still there. I mean, she's invited to certain things, but even if she was married to Charles, Fergie's not the kind of person that you're going to consult about changing the drapes, let alone choosing a cheese platter. So, but she's still a part of that family. She's in the clique, and as long as Andrew is giving her protection, then she's okay. But she's pretty much living off of that family. And those are Eugenie and Beatrice's mother. So, um, but really, nobody cares what she thinks. And at this point, nobody cares what Andrew thinks. So, yeah, I understand their divorce. But now that the Cambridge kids are here, then Andrew is a nobody too. When something happens, Andrew is not going to be consulted either because nobody cares. Like when they had the summit, you didn't hear Andrew's name mentioned, did you? Because Andrew doesn't matter anymore. William has kids now. And so, yeah, nope, not Fergie. You guys, I'm telling you, Fergie, she's a lot of things, but let's remember this. Fergie told Oprah everything. Everything. And if you didn't see Fergie on Oprah that very first time when she wrote her book, I suggest you go find it. Yeah, Fergie told Oprah everything that pretty much Meghan and Harry said. There were no revelations from Meghan and Harry except for the stuff about racism. Fergie told it. Fergie told it. She's still the Duchess of York and promotes herself that way. Yes, Amy, yes. She's still the Duchess of York. She's still using that title. She's not I don't think she's an HRH anymore, is she? But she still has all of the protection of that family. I'm sorry, but she still is a part of that family. Divorce of no divorce. Her daughters are princesses. And as long as she's dancing to the music and stays out of the way and tries not to borrow any money from shady characters, she's in there. And the queen has forgiven her. Now, when the queen is gone, yeah, they took her HRH away. When the queen is gone, now Charles may see her differently. Oh, this is fun. Ain't this getting juicy now? When the queen is gone, did you all hear that Charles may decommission Kensington Palace? Did you guys hear that? Charles may possibly decommission Kensington Palace. I'm telling y'all, it is going to be my best day since Christmas when all of those moving trucks pull up to Kensington Palace and the Kents have to get out. And all the rest of them freeloaders, when they decommission that place and all of them freeloaders have to get out, I hope that's what it means. Ooh, I'm telling you, I would love to be a fly on the wall when Princess Michael of Kent is told to go to council housing. No, no, no. Real council housing. Uh-huh. I would love to see that, wouldn't you? Oh boy, I'm telling you, I would celebrate. I would pull out my stash that I'm waiting for of my rheumatiz medicine from Church Nelly, and I'm gonna celebrate. Oh, I can't wait till that day come. But if it does happen, oh boy, I tell you, kick him out. And what is gonna when Charles becomes king, what is gonna happen to the Yorks? Because Fergie's little gig that she got right now, where she just keeps her head down and pretends like nobody ever sucked on her toe, all of that's going to evaporate. Sarah Toe Suck Ferguson, one of these days that's going to come out wrong. Sarah Toe Suck Ferguson is going to be in heap of trouble because Charles ain't playing. Now, a lot of this may be a bunch of rumor, and who knows what Charles is going to do. They already decommissioned KP. Clarence House will be next. Did they? Did they do that recently, or when did that happen? Yes, I would pay to see that, Baron. Because Fergie crashed and burned. Yes, she did epically. Let's see. I heard Charles doesn't want to. Yeah, I heard that he doesn't want to live in Buckingham Palace, and he really shouldn't. You know what, you guys? I don't have anything against the Queen. I certainly don't hate anybody in that family, but so much evolution of the United Kingdom, in my opinion, is being held back because the Queen is old and fragile, and people don't want to hurt her feelings or appear to be a little bit too strong armed with her. And so many things that need to happen because the empire that she was born into no longer exists. So there's no justification for the infrastructure that is called the royal family. There's just no justification for it. Tradition is not enough when you got people that are going hungry. Fergie is broke. Why is Fergie broke? Why is she broke? How is she broke? Well, how come she doesn't have $30 million like you know what? You guys are pushing me into messy. And next thing you know, I'm going to be talking about jazz hands again. I want you all to be a bigger person than I am. But how is she broke? She should have $30 million. I do hate plenty of them. I'll explain. I'll explain to St. Peter later. Yeah, I understand. I get you. England is broke. They can't afford the monarchy as it is. They have to scale back the payroll. I agree. It makes no sense. It really makes no sense. Let me see. The Queen will take care of Andrew and her will. Yeah, I didn't think about that. Thank you, Lydia. Yeah, I didn't think about that. But yeah, he should be okay. But I'm really hoping that the Queen really takes care of Harry. If she doesn't, then everything that I said about her, I take it back. But if she does take care of Harry, then I am going to be singing praises of QE2 like nobody's business. Lizzie placed duty over humanity and morality for over 7 decades. Agreed. In my opinion, Fergie and Andrew are, what is that? Dupers? Doppers? Okay. Yep, I agree. Um, she was living beyond her means. Yeah, well, she only got 10 toes. Now just think if she got a couple of dollars every time. That is so bad. I told you don't encourage me. Okay. Oh boy, this is really going south. Where's Anastasia? I told you don't know what you just got into. They can't let me see. Let me get to this one first. Lydia, my putter is still in the shop and I'm fighting my new Chromebook. Oh, okay. Yeah, I understand. This computer that I'm on right now is from 2016. And my other one is a 13-inch. And I don't know what I was thinking because I can barely see it. I had to sit up so close to it. So I really couldn't use it for this right now. They can take away their titles without going to court. They can stop the HRH, but they can't have to go to UK court to remove their titles. Well, but they have to go to UK court to remove their titles. Yeah. I hate Gangster Grand and Egghead and Extra. I hate Fiesta and Siesta. I hate Allegedly Andy. Allegedly Andy. I got to remember that one. And his ex-wife, etc. And what is this? Annie Queenie is still not willing to give up the throne. Yeah, because of that promise she made. I hereby pledge my life to you, to give my all to the country and the empire. Yeah, I saw that speech. There's somebody stuck in her hand. Can you believe, Baron, there are more than 300? Oh my God, I just noticed that. Thank you. Oh, wow. I didn't realize. Let me see. Happy to have you here, Ladyfoot. I don't have lady feet. I got big old nasty crusty feet. No, I'm just kidding. I know you're talking about one of the squatties. Allegedly, Fergie and Andrew have an expensive. Okay, I don't want to say that out loud. Woo! Okay, I'm not going to say that one out loud, but I can believe that. Oh, I done lost my place. Where should I start again? Okay, that's why they're broke. Tell us what you really think, Chantel. Okay, it's almost after midnight, Baron. So is it okay? Is it oh, let me see. Yeah, it is getting late, isn't it? We um yeah, we don't have to be nice anymore. Yeah, I see what you mean. Let me see. Fergie has a video for Teenage Cancer Trust along with her. Speaking of cancer, now I'm not going to be shady because this is a very serious subject. But one of the people that writes for one of the tabloids decided that she would announce that she's had some issues. You know, um, I wasn't going to touch on that too much, but I'll say this. I have uh, been around people that generate a lot of negativity like that. And it's like stuff like that just happens. And that's why we have to try to be positive and treat people right. It cannot be healthy to dwell on whether or not somebody's home looks this way or that way. And if you remember when that happened, I had made a video where I began to pick some of their life apart. And that poor, miserable person now all of a sudden finds themselves in this situation. And the same with Wendy Williams. I don't hate Wendy Williams, but some of that toxicity, when a person is going through the worst possible times, and instead of like trying to handle your business and try to straighten out your life, you just attack everybody else. I could not. Oh, Wendy, Wendy, Wendy. And I know people who are very sympathetic to her, but for the most part, she burned so many bridges. And I just didn't like the fact that Wendy was going after other Black women, especially when there was so much going on against them, like the tabloids, the way they had treated Michelle Obama, the way they treated the way they're treating Kamala Harris. I mean, it just goes on and on. Do you guys remember when Obama had his birthday party and the tabloids just obsessed about who was wearing a mask and all that kind of stuff? And yet at the same time, Ant McFarlane or McParkland, whatever, he was having a wedding, and there was no mention of the pandemic. There was no mention of any safety precautions, and they didn't try to track down if there was a spike in testing or anything like that. So, on one side of the Atlantic, the only black president that we've ever had, someone who's a pillar of the community for a lot of people, black and white, and you're trashing him every day in the news for his 60th birthday. You're trashing Meghan for her 40th birthday. And on the other side of the Atlantic, you're building up this Aunt McFartland or whatever his name is. I'm telling you, a lot of times, most of that stuff doesn't bother me. I was furious. I was absolutely furious. That made me so mad. The way they treated Obama, the way they treated Meghan for these, very important birthdays, to the point where, eventually I did what I could do best. I started making podcasts. And that person that I was just talking about with her troubles, not Wendy, the other person, I disparaged her a bit. I didn't know that she was actually a fashion editor for Vogue magazine. And then I found some little clip where anyway, it's in the video, and I can't remember the title of it. Maybe some of you all do, but yeah, she's a real piece of work. And I'm sorry that she's having the problems that she's having right now. But, you know, I wouldn't want to do that thing that she does for a living. I wouldn't want to be any of those people working for the tabloids. I really would not want that for myself. But let's see. Wrongdoing in life and the Sussexes, the guilt. Yeah. You're too funny. Vogue, sick. Yeah. Let me see. We don't know what. Well, they're not gonna allow us to see the Queen's will. You guys do know that because the royals they they use some loophole in the law where they can hide their wills. So we'll probably never know what's in it. But I'm hoping what's ever in it that the Sussexes can go and buy a second house and pay cash for it. I'm hoping for that. But yeah, I don't think we'll find out what's in the second will. I mean, what's in her will. Uh-oh, can you guys still hear me? I just did something that I shouldn't have again. Okay. True, I just want to hear the video of Gone Liz saying, "To my grandson Billy, I leave you I leave nothing." And to his wife Silly, "I leave you 2 times the same." And to my son Chuck, "I leave you alone." Diane, you're on fire tonight. I love it. I love it. Yeah, her beneficiaries won't pay taxes. Well, I think Charles volunteers to pay something, but I'm sure he gets it back tenfold. Okay, good. Well, what do you think? Should I how long have I been on? Oh, for an hour and 31 minutes. Okay. Yeah, I should probably close it out soon. Plus, you guys gotta get your rest, don't you? Let me see. I believe the Queen will leave something for Harry despite of not standing up for him. I believe that too. My favorite movie is Baps. I love that movie. Dog Pound. Yeah, I love when they send the butler to go buy rap music. I'm looking for your rap section. That is my favorite part of the movie. I play that back over and over again. Oh, inheritance tax. Yeah. Hey, are you guys looking forward to the new Downton Abbey movie? I'm looking forward to that. I love Downton Abbey. It had everything that I wanted. And I don't know if I name dropped in a while, but please give me some roll your eyes emojis because I'm about to go there. Did I tell you that I went to Highclere Castle where they filmed Downton Abbey? Yes, when I went to the UK that last time, I visited Highclere Castle. Thank you, thank you. Did you guys hear that? I just thought I heard a name drop. Highclere Castle. Highclere, they let you use the front door. You go in. Next thing you know, you're in Lord Grantham's library. And then, I mean, all the rooms that you see on television, you get a chance to see those. Now, they have these women that volunteer there. One of the actresses that played against Halle Berry died of cancer. Oh no. Which one? Oh, I remember. I remember that one, the chubby girl. Yeah, she did die a little while ago. I remember that. From the movie Baps. That's what we're talking about from the movie Baps. Yeah, I remember that. And so I took like the Via Tour, whatever tour. And so it's a day trip from London. You get on the bus at Victoria Station and they take you to Highclere. And you also get a chance to go to Bampton, which is the real life town that they use for, I think it's Ripon or whatever in the movie, in the series Downton Abbey. Well, you get a chance to see that as well. So I went to that church that was in the movie and everything. And I got to tell you a funny thing about that. I probably mentioned this in the video before, but the I spoke to the vicar, I guess you call him at the church there, and he said that so many people who have watched Downton Abbey actually ask him, "Where is Matthew's grave?" And he says, "It does not exist. That was only a character in the series." Yeah, but we want to know where he's buried. It does not exist. That was that was just a character in the series. Yeah, but see, we want to see where Matthew is buried, and we want and they still don't get it. They're looking for Matthew's grave. It does not exist. Hey, Rosa. Oh, did you just get here? All right, nice. She died a year ago at such a young age. Yeah, that was sad. God, and she was so good too. I love that movie. God, who was the actor? Was it Martin Landau? He played the old rich guy. Yeah, that was a good movie. Natalie DeSalle. Yeah, that is her name. I remember now. Oh, that's so sad. That was such a good movie. If you haven't seen Baps, it was really really good. And when I saw it, I was just like, God, this doesn't seem like a Halle Berry movie. Halle Berry aced that part, and it was a really good movie. It's like one of those movies where you just have to relax and enjoy the movie. Try not to take it so seriously. Yeah, it's not likely to win an Oscar, but very enjoyable movie. Um, oh, and you guys, this is a little something that I do when I'm traveling. When it's expensive to travel. It's expensive to travel to Europe. Make sure if and when you ever go back to Europe or if you go to Europe for the first time, make sure you keep like €5 notes or £5 notes or coins. Yeah, I think in pounds they have the folded money, right? Keep a few of those in your pocket. So when you're going to these churches and cathedrals and stuff like that, most of them let you in for free. They all have a poor box. Make sure you throw a few coins or whatever in the poor box because it's always something to do. It's a way to stay out of the rain when you're traveling. And so that's a habit that I have created for myself. And I'm sure a lot of people have the same habit. Throw some money in the poor box because it is free entertainment when one is traveling. Let me see. I'm missing some comments here. Say 5 pounds more. Yeah, exactly. That's why I just thought about that. Yes, got to get off from work. Oh, all right, Rosa. Yeah, thanks for stopping by. Frank Reynolds was the anchor. Yes, yes, Frank Reynolds, ABC News. I liked Frank Reynolds. Yeah, the designer from Louis Vuitton. I saw that. Now I have never heard of him before, but I saw the story on Twitter earlier, and I didn't know that he worked for Louis Vuitton, but Louis Vuitton rather. But yeah, that's really sad. Such a young guy. What was he like? 42? New Bruised. Okay, Bruised. Now, Bruised, is that the movie where somebody's passing for black? I'm sorry, passing for white, or is that movie called Passing? I'm not familiar with Bruised, but I know she was on the um what's her name Hall show the other day, and she spoke about it. Oh, gotta have a sip of water, you guys. Let me see. Baron, we just got into a taxi from the airport in Barcelona. I'm so jealous. They would not take US money. Thank God I had euros from a few years prior. I love, love, love Barcelona. It is so beautiful. Did you go to the Sagrada Familia? No, that's passing. Thank you. I love. Hello, Ivy here. I watched Ivy today. I love Ivy. Hello, Ivy here. Passing. I'm watching it tonight. Holly Berry movie kicks butt. I heard it was really good, and that she almost lost funding for it, and they managed to get it completed and everything. But yeah, yeah. I don't. I told you guys I have Netflix, right? I rarely ever watch it. Everybody in my family watches it, but me. And so that's like my year-round Christmas present to people is that I'm paying for something I don't use. But I like to support Netflix because I like the stuff that they're doing, and plus, now that the Sussexes have signed up with Netflix, I just feel obliged to support them. Hallie is in a MMA fighter in this movie. Good morning, all. We'll watch some TV and wind down. Okay, Joan, you're leaving us? Sure, I've watched Ivy. She was great. Dolores was connected to, I'm sorry, Dolores connected so many dots. We sure did. Oh my God. Um, Let me see. Let me go back. Who just said Barcelona? I'm losing track. Who went to Sagrada or went to Barcelona? Anyway, you guys, I love Barcelona. They have a high-speed train that will take you from Paris to Barcelona, and I forgot how many hours it takes, but oh yeah, Miss S. La Grada Familiar. I took 600 pictures on that trip. It's such a delight. The way that the light just you have to see it for yourself. It's like when you go to the Vatican. That's one kind of experience in a holy place. Sagrada Familia is another kind of incredible experience in a holy place. The way that light beams throughout the stained glass is incredible. And trust me, you've never seen anything like it. The St. Peter's Basilica was everything that I thought it would be, but Sagrada exceeded my expectations. Having peach sorbet for dessert. That sounds light for the evening. I love Ivy. Also, I like history and doing research. Me too, Dolores. I love history and geography. And, if you watch like say a biopic, do you do like I do and sit there with your iPhone or whatever smartphone so that you can Google stuff as they talk about it? Because sometimes I have to pause a movie so that I can see what really happened or what did that person really look like or the actual place they lived. I have Netflix, but I don't get a chance to watch because my grandson wants Coco Melon cartoon. Uh, I love France and Spain. Really connected with several cities in France, at least one in Spain. In France, I've only been to Paris, and then I took that trip out to Versailles. And other than that, I'm embarrassed to say I haven't seen any other part of France. The flooring, as you know, you walk through the door. Wow. I'm gonna have to go back and look at my photos because I don't remember the floor. I fear that once William becomes king, he will try to write a new letter patent for effectively stripping Harry and Meghan of their royal titles. Yeah, I could see him doing that. I could absolutely see William will try to strip the Sussexes of their titles. And he's petty enough to do it. He's just petty enough to do that. And I wouldn't be surprised. I love Ivy too, Baron. This is your best vlog ever. You need to go live more often. After tonight, if I'm still able to use my YouTube account, then yeah, I probably will. But we'll see what happens because I'm not sure if I said anything inappropriate. I love Ivy. Thanks for letting me know about her. Oh, Ivy is absolutely wonderful. I would rather like watch Ivy than listen to me. That's how much I love Ivy. I have an uncle who's been in Madrid since the 50s. He doesn't speak to me unless I call him, but still never invited me. He's never invited you? Now, Madrid, I went to what's the Royal Palace that they have there? But I also went to the Valley of the Dead or whatever they call that place, Valley of Heroes, where they made the tomb up in the mountains. I went there and I went to that castle where all the Spanish kings are buried. So, yeah, when I went to Spain, I'm going to tell you what I did in 2018. I spent 3 weeks on the Iberian Peninsula. That was my first time in Spain. I spent 2 weeks in Spain, and I spent 1 week in Portugal. So I went to Porto and Lisbon. I went to Zaragoza, Madrid, Toledo, Seville, and Barcelona, and maybe some other place I can't think of. But those were the places that I visited when I was in Spain. And when you go to Spain after leaving the UK, when you go to Spain, and not just the UK, but Paris too, everything is much more affordable. Out of all places in Western Europe, I find that um, Spain and Portugal were the most affordable places. Italy is kind of expensive. Oh, Adrian, I'm sorry. He should have invited you. I mean, how could you live in such a beautiful place and not want your uh, people to come and see you? Strasbourg, Rhone, Montpellier in France. I speak French. I like Barcelona, love Sagrada Familia, but Seville is a city that I never really connected with. Oh, Seville was beautiful. That was the only time that I really felt like I was uncomfortably hot was in Seville. And that's why I'm glad my friend told me to come to Seville now don't wait. Do it now, because if you wait any later into the season, it's going to be too hot. Did you go to Ibiza? No, I did not. I did not. Thank you, Dolores, for coming over and your donation. Enjoy the rest of your day. We love you, dear. Oh, how sweet. You guys really take care of each other. That is very nice. Kane would never take their titles. He stands to lose too much. Government would not allow it. Yeah, you know what? After everything that has happened and things that are still to come, and with the growing popularity of the Duke and Duchess of Sussex over here, it could be a fool's errand to want to strip them of their titles. That might be a bigger mistake than you could ever calculate. But then again, he's not the sharpest tool in the shed. Alhambra. Yes, that's the name of the place. That's where the kings are buried. Alhambra, right? I did not go to Grenada, but Alhambra, is that where the kings are buried? That fortress or castle, whatever complex? Yeah, Italy. Okay, I'll tell you what parts of Italy I've been to: Venice, Bolzano, Florence, and Rome. Those are the parts of Italy that I've been to. Bolzano was just a day trip, but I went to Florence because of Alexandra. What I'm sorry, Alessandro de' Medici. There we go. Because I wanted to walk in the footsteps of the first Duke of Florence, Alessandro Medici, also known as Alessandro the Moor or the Black Duke. That's why I went there, the Black Prince of Florence. And did you know that I was actually staying right across the street from the church where he's buried and did not even know it? I was too cheap to pay the extra money to go and see the tombs of the Dukes of Florence. And so I went into the main part of the church, but I didn't pay that extra money to go and stand there at his tomb. I could just kick myself for that. Cordoba. No, I did not go to Cordoba. I wanted to go there, but I did not go to Cordoba. Let me see. I think I'm almost caught up. El Escoria. Thank you, Beth. I couldn't remember the name. El Escoria. I don't know what that means in English, but yes, that's where the royals are buried. So I didn't go. That Alhambra, it sounds familiar, but I don't think I went there. Pisa. Did not go to Pisa. Everyone, Barbara Lane. Hi, Barbara Lane. Hi, Barbara. Welcome to the chat. Let me see. Everything in Spain is arranged around the heat. Yeah, because they have the shutters outside of the windows. I mean, not just, the ones that open and close like you see in the movies, but they have like those rolling shutters everywhere. So instead of like having the blinds on the inside of the window, like here in the US, everybody's there, got them outside the window. Pisa. Yeah. Didn't get a chance to go there. You hit all the main spots in Italy. I didn't make it to Milano. And you know why I didn't go to Milan? Because I had to get back to the UK in time for the wedding. I had a rail pass and I left like 2 days before the wedding just to make sure that I could be there. So I want to say that I left Rome on the 17th of May and the wedding was the 19th. Does that sound right? Well, whatever it was, 48 hours before the wedding, I was on a train headed back to London. And I had to stay overnight in Paris. I made a video about that night. I got stuck in Paris. Did you go to Monaco? Nope, unfortunately, I did not. I really wanted to go to Liechtenstein because of the Black Princess. That's why I wanted to go there, because it's a micro state. I think it's really cool to go to one of the smallest countries in the world, not counting Vatican City, of course. And I just didn't make it, unfortunately. Michelangelo's David statue in Florence. Okay, that was like 60 euros to go to see Michelangelo, right? So instead of doing that, I went to that square where they have the replica. They have a replica, which is place where the original stood for like what, 2 centuries, and that's by the Uffizi Gallery, if I'm saying that right. So I saw the replica. I did not go to the other one because the line was super long, and if you wanted to skip the line, it was 60 euros. So that one I missed, and I am very sorry that I missed that one. But I love, love, love Florence. And you know what else I love? I love those ham sandwiches that they have in Spain. Every time I saw a shop that sold those ham sandwiches, I would take one and stick it down in my backpack because those ham sandwiches, I tell you, they won't spoil. It's just bread and a hard roll. And you stick that down in your backpack. And so if you go someplace and the food is outrageously expensive, no worries. Have a bottled water and pull that ham sandwich out. That's all you need. I still believe Egghead Brothers said. uh, yeah. So you can change. Yeah. Yeah, William William is a loose cannon, and as his power grows, he's going to be more and more difficult for people to deal with, and that's a real shame. I mean, he's got all the toys in his toy box, but yet he's such a crude and ignorant individual at the same time. Yep, let's see. How long lunch hour siesta? Yeah, so the siesta that does not come from Mexico. That's actually something from Spain, right? The siesta. Now, fortunately, my friend in Seville, I stayed at his house, and his grandma cooked a huge meal for us, and that was really nice to stay in someone's home. But I got to tell you, I actually stayed at a hotel for a few days because one of the things that I don't like is when you go and visit someone in another town, and when you go visit that person, they don't really want to do anything. So I'd rather cross off my list first and then go and say, "Hey, guess what? I'm here." And I know that seems kind of rude, but I don't want to miss nothing. Oh, Adrian, you would go when the pandemic is over? Yeah. And this new variant is scary, so I hope you get a chance to go soon. I had a friend that was planning a big trip and she had to cancel it because of the pandemic. The Mediterranean is amazing. It is. The ham is dried, so we need so it won't spoil. Yeah, it is delicious. I had never I didn't even know it was ham when I first got it. I just saw it, and you know me, if I see a sandwich, I want part of it. So that's why I bought it, and I fell in love. I probably ate like maybe 30 of those things in the 3 weeks I was there. Um, uh, uh, Let me see. My sister was telling me about them. She ignores my uncle. Let me see. Getting on the train to go to Leaning Tower of Pisa. Oh, you're doing that right now? Oh, I'm so jealous. Uh oh, you're not doing that right now. Oh, you mean going up to the Tower of Pisa? You had to have a little push? You know, I have been to the top of St. Paul's Cathedral in London. I have been to one of my things is I like to go to the big towers and spires and stuff. But I have to tell you, going to the top of the Duomo, is that what am I saying it right? The In Florence, the Dome of Florence, the Florence Duomo, whatever, the Florence Cathedral. That nearly killed me. That nearly killed me. I would have paid someone to stand behind me with a safety pin to make sure that I kept moving. That was exhausting. Going to the top of the dome in Florence was the most exhausting experience I had, bar none. That was exhausting. I was completely worn out by the time I left that place. It was worth it. And if you're into history and architecture and stuff, you have to do it. But I suggest you do some training before you go on a trip like that and do something like that. William is miserable. His life isn't what he really wants. Wanted. That's why he's aged so fast. I agree. I see William ruling like the in the Tudors. Yeah. Good night, Lynette. Oh, Lynette's leaving us. Good night, Lynette. You guys, it has been 2 hours. I think that is my cue to wrap this up. Well, this has been great. We will have to do this again one day. And don't worry, I'm not about to start singing like Carol Burnett. But this is so weird because I'm not sure how to close this out. And I feel kind of like I'm missing something. Like, what am I missing? I don't know. Let me see. Did you ever go to the catacombs? No, that's in Paris, right? I didn't go there. That's one thing that you only do once. Yeah, Miss S, that is a one of. I went to the St. Paul's in London, but that was back in 2007. Um, and I've gone to that place in Seville, their cathedral. I've been to a lot of them. I can't really count. Even in Liverpool, I went to the top of their church. But the good thing about it is the Liverpool Cathedral, there's an elevator that takes you halfway. And then the rest you got to get to stepping. Um, yeah, so I've gone to a few of them, and that's like one of those things. But every place I go, I always go to the biggest cathedral or whichever castle, whatever. So when I did go to the UK, um, after seeing the Harry and Meghan, do their carriage ride after the wedding, I went to the castle in Cardiff. I went to whatever they went to, and I went to a few places that they visited just to walk in the footsteps of Sussex. See you next Sunday night, Baron. Yeah, Vinny, are you trying to get something consistent going? Anybody can look at me can tell I'm not very consistent, but I think that's a good idea. But we should probably do it earlier. Amen. Baron, this was an amazing podcast. Sharon, you are very kind for saying that. I kind of think it was all over the place, but sometimes I'm a little self-critical. Great night, Annie. Sweet dreams. Let's see. Oh, Baron, you can scratch a live podcast off your bucket list. Believe it or not, before podcasting, I've had other work where I would talk for a living, so I'm not a stranger to doing live conversations, but I just haven't done that in a long time. Next time, let us know when it's live. Okay, TCC son, did I add too many C's? I'm going to try to figure out how to do that. So next time, I don't know if I have to go to the community page, or whatever, but I'm going to figure out how to do that before next Sunday. Yeah, I think Sunday would be good. And I can't remember, did you all say earlier is better or not? Because I lost track somewhere. Speaking of losing track, Miss S, you're the one that's traveling right now, correct? Let's see, what place that burned a couple years ago? Quasimodo-like statues on the outside. Oh, that was Notre Dame. I went to the bell tower in Notre Dame before. That was to show you how it takes me a minute to catch on to things. Do you know I had been in and out of Paris in my lifetime on 5 occasions? It wasn't until I think the fifth time that I looked up and said, "Oh, there's people on top of there's people on top of Notre Dame. I want to go up there. I didn't know you could go upstairs. I had no idea. I was standing in that, in the plaza in front of the church. I didn't even notice that there was people on the roof. And so the last time I went, I made sure that I went up there. I don't know what I was thinking. I saw the people and I'm just like, I didn't know you can go up there. So I did go to the top of Notre Dame, and I actually have some photos that I took inside of the bell tower, and you can see some. I would even show you right now, but I don't know how to use the live. What is this, StreamYard? I would share them with you right now, but I don't know how to do it. But I actually took some photos inside, and so some of those ancient wooden timbers that you saw on television from before the fire, I have some really good photos of that. Let me see. Doesn't matter to me what time I'll find you. Well, that's what people that I owe money to usually say. It doesn't matter. I'll find you. Oh, Adrian, you sound like a loan shark. It doesn't matter. I'll find you. Is this something you want to tell us? Oh boy, this has been fun. Just think, if I wasn't talking to you all, either I would be talking to myself or something worse. So I'm glad I've had this opportunity. Okay, so yeah, we got to wrap this up. So yeah, let's do this again Sunday. Again, I'm going to ask you guys one more time. Did y'all say earlier is better? Yes or no? I'm going to wait for it. Me too. Quasimodo, oh yeah, the Hunchback of Notre Dame. Yeah, earlier. Good night, everyone. Okay, thank you, Patricia. Yes, that's another yes. Make another live stream soon. It has been funny and colorful and great. Sure, sure. Okay, so a bunch of yeses. Okay, I'll take that as a yes. So, yeah, we'll do it on a Sunday again, and definitely sooner rather than later. That'll be our thing. Is Sundays. Yes, I agree. I just hope I don't forget. So I tell you what, in the live chat on Friday, if you guys remind me about Sunday, then that'll help me remember. Sussex squad is early. So yeah, late. I agree, Gail, because we don't want to conflict with Tina and Michelle. Yes, love it, Baron. Okay, does not matter. I tell you what though, I guess maybe somewhere between 2 and 4, but when I figure out exactly what time, that's 2 or 4 Eastern time, then I'll make sure that I figure out how to alert people because right now I'm playing catch up. So in the middle of the week, I may do something so I can figure out how to do photos and stuff while I'm doing the StreamYard. And just like you have been able to count on me doing the merchandise. Okay, no, we don't want to compare it to that because I ain't done that yet. But I'm going to do something. You can count on that. Something's coming. I just don't know what it is. Okay, you guys. So that's a wrap. Thank you so much. Don't forget to like and let's see what else. It's been a blast. This has like been the best accident I've had in a long time. I accidentally stumbled onto StreamYard. I looked up and I saw comments and I'm like, am I live? 2 o'clock. Let me see. Normally, oh, Duchess of Success does 2 p.m. Okay. Yeah, and then 2, I don't want to conflict with hello, Ivy here. Because I think Ivy does about what, 3 o'clock on Sundays? So yeah, we'll figure that out. As a matter of fact, um, Lydia, you are very attuned to things that's going on. So um, let's try to figure that out later on this week, and then I'll also work on trying to do more of the technical stuff with the StreamYard. Okay. So, all right, then that's it, you guys. Thank you so much. Thank you all for showing up. This has been great. I was not expecting to get almost 350 people tonight, but it happened. I still don't think anybody has seen me in my boxers, so that's a good thing. And yeah, so I'm gonna go. All right. Cheers. Yeah. How do you close this out? How do you do this? How do they usually do it? Oh, they play some music, Tina and Michelle. Okay, I don't want to do that. Okay, bye y'all. Bye. I got to figure out how to get out of here. Let me see. End broadcast. Okay, why don't I do what I did when I accidentally cut y'all off, right? That worked before.